Hey everyone, Judy here from My Divine Angel Reading. A lot of people ask me how your intuition works. I'm going to reveal to you my little secrets here and how my intuition works, and a little bit about how you could learn to develop yours. Every single one of us is born with a natural intuitive ability. It's just that in society, we're not taught how to develop it. I could pretty much bet you it doesn't work the way you think it does. It's not like there was some magic wand that somebody waves or some kind of ritual or blessing you have to go through. The basics of it is you've heard of your clairs, okay? Clairvoyant, Clairaudient, Clairsentient, Claircognizant, and then there's a couple other ones where like you can smell things, taste things, but they're like some of the minors. Once you know what your strongest ability is, you want to develop it, okay? And the way to develop that is just practice. That's all it is practice. You have to make a commitment to actually want to learn it, dive into it, and it's not like reading a book and then instantly you understand it and it clicks. Your subconscious, it's funny the way it works. Your subconscious will turn it on and make it click when you're least expecting it. It's like when you are ready, not when you and your brain is telling you you're ready and you want it, but when your subconscious is truly ready to handle it. Meditation is a big one. And, you know, I did not grow up in a family of any of this type stuff. So meditation to me years ago sounded kind of silly and goofy and fruity. That was my mentality. I wasn't even sure I believed in this kind of stuff years ago. And then all of a sudden things just started happening. That's a whole nother video. Back to your psychic senses and how they work. Clairvoyance. That's one of my strongest things. If you're naturally a daydreamer, clairvoyance is probably one of your stronger points. The way people see things, and it's funny, even when I do readings for people, sometimes it's split in two different ways. I call them your internal and your external. So most psychic senses are internal, and what that means, example, clairvoyance is the ability to see things clearly. Most psychics, you see them in your brain. And to give you an example, if you think of right now, close your eyes and picture in your head your childhood bedroom or your childhood home. What does that look like? You have a visual in your head. That is exactly how clairvoyance works. It's just like a random image that'll just kind of just pop up. Now, the external part is where you actually sometimes see things in like the physical real life world, as if it's like a movie screen playing in front of you. Like in 2004, I started seeing ghosts, not in my third eye or what you would call referred to as your mind's eye, actually in my freaking bedroom. And I wasn't even sure I believed in that stuff. So that is like the external, but for the most part, it's internal. It's just a visual random image that just pops in your head. The other Clair would be like Clairsentient, and that's sensing things and feeling things. If you're an empath or a very sensitive person, or you're really good at putting yourself in other people's shoes to experience what it is they're going through, your strongest point will probably be Clairsentient. So the way that works is if I have somebody who's sitting down in front of me and I'm doing a reading for them, I can feel. Sometimes, again, there's two, internal and external. Like, if their heart was just broken or they're going through a bad breakup, you know what that feels like when your heart's broken. I will literally feel as if my heart was just broke. I will get like a pain, or my stomach will get knots. That is the external part, the physical part. The other side of it is internal. So if someone sits down in front of me, I might just kind of get a slight feeling like, oh, you kind of feel down or depressed, or I don't know. It's kind of like, I kind of feel this today. I really don't know how else to explain it. Clairaudient is the ability to hear things. And the way that works, I'm telling you, it's really not, it's not as complicated as people might think it is. Say again, it's internal and external. So you know how some people hear voices? I don't think all those people who hear voices are really crazy. Maybe they just have a gift and society is telling them they're crazy. That would be the external part. It's in your physical world where you're actually hearing things, like you're hearing the radio on the TV, clear as day in a different voice. The internal, the way most people hear things, it's like having a conversation in your head. So if you say to yourself, like in your head with me, I want you to say, I don't know, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. It's in your voice. You just did it in your head. That is how clairaudience works. It's a random thing that just kind of pops in your head and you hear it. Another example, a lot of people ask me this about like mediumship and sensing spirits who are around you. So say you're in the bathroom brushing your teeth, right? And then all of a sudden you get a thought of Grandmom Annie. Okay, that is actually, it's a random thing out of nowhere. You don't know where it came from. That is actually Grandmom Annie communicating with you because you're not in tune and open. You don't realize what's really going on. But that's how the clairaudience works. Claircognizance is just knowing something, like mother's intuition, or you know when something's wrong with your kids. It's the same exact thing. I don't know how to explain it. You just know, you feel it. Like, you could say, I don't know, some people are growing up and they just know they're going to be, I don't know, singers on Broadway. It's just a knowing. The way your intuition works, you have your left brain and your right brain, okay? The left side is that analytical side, the one that wants to break down all the details and analyze everything and make the math work and the puzzle pieces fit. And then the other side is your creative side. That is the side that your intuition lives and works. And what you kind of have to do is turn off the thinking part of your brain and allow the creativity part, the intuition, to just kind of come in. When I say turn off the left side of your brain, it's like you can't question it. So say, all right, I have you in front of me and I'm giving you a reading, okay? All of a sudden I'll get a feeling. Okay, it's not my feeling. I'm reading your energy. I'll get a feeling of like loneliness or down in the dumps or a heartbreak. And then all of a sudden in my head, I'll see a picture of a baby. And like, I don't know these things about people. I am trusting the information that comes in without using the left side of my brain and questioning it or analyzing it. So as random images, thoughts, words, feelings come out, I just relay. I'm like a middleman, conduit, kind of. There's information going on up here, and I'm just kind of tuning into it and physically bringing it out and relaying that information to my client, the person who's in front of me, without questioning it, second guessing it, anything like that, because that's kind of when you lose it. It's funny. The best way I can describe it, I don't know, if you got yourself in like a stoner state of mind, you just kind of relax and chill and go with the flow and just like, wow, everything's really cool. And you're not questioning everything, or like a childlike state. You know, children, they just go with the flow and they go and they play and they're not asking. Well, at some point, yeah, they drive you nuts with the questions. But there's a point where they just go with the flow and they don't question everything. They enjoy the moment. When your intuition, how to hear it, you have to constantly be in tune with yourself. There's a lot of self-internal work that you need to do. It's really knowing, turning off the left brain and going with the flow. So that's how psychics use their intuition to relay information. When you tune into yourself, I want to say your soul, your gut instincts, whatever word you want to put in there, you can have... though you will get those answers as to what is the best course of action for your highest good. Now, sometimes you'll get answers and you don't like them because you don't want to do it. It's what you should do to get you to the next step of what's best for you in your life and what you signed up for before you came down here. That'll be a whole nother video. There's a lot of information in this one video, huh? Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Every week I put out short little videos, educational type, tidbit type stuff. So if you're totally into the whole intuition, psychic stuff, metaphysical, mediumship, energy, all that, please subscribe because you're going to get a boatload of valuable information every single week. If you have any experiences that you want to share, please comment below and share them. Any questions that you might have or any other videos that you would want me to make. If you also have friends who are totally into this kind of stuff, share it with them. Invite them and we could all just be one big happy family. So don't forget to click on that freebie below so you would know what your strongest natural intuitive ability is if you want to learn how to develop it and see all the grand, wonderful, beautiful things that life has to offer. So, okay, I will see you guys soon.